Alright guys, so I'm recording this trade so you can see this is going to be a daily intraday swing trade. I have bought about 53 shares of Apple around 177.92, and the reason I'm doing it is because this double bottom right here. You have at 157.58, and just take a quick look. It is sold off from 183.4 all the way down to 177. So right here we have the double bottom. I'm going to zoom in more so you can see it. Starting to consolidate in this area at 177.6 to 177.83. And what I'm going to do is sit on this trade now, and I'm just going to let it play out. I'll pause the video, we'll show where it's at, and then we'll take it from there. But I want you to move that out of the way. Let's get this up. Ross. Alright, so I have it on faster record, and I'm just going to kind of audio tape through it. As you can see right now, I bought at the one on the bottom. It shows I bought it like the 177.92 average, around 177.9. My stop is going to be at 177.2. So I'm going to give this like a good 60-70 cents, and I'm just going to let this trade play out. But what I'm looking at here is you can see VWAP in the pink right there, which is the pink dotted line. That's volume adjusted weighted average price. And I'm just scrolling through just time frames of 60 minutes. I'm looking at the 1 month right now just to get the overall projection on Apple, because Apple just sold off from 200 down to 177. So to me, this is a buying opportunity. You can see on the bottom right, the RSI is less than 20. And that was on the year-to-date chart. And look right there, see the RSI in blue? Completely sold off. So I definitely think this is worth a stab, trying to swing this. And I'm only doing an intraday swing. I'm not trying to hold this for days. And here I'm just drawing the bear flag, just so you can see it. You have that big sell down with the red bars coming down, and then I'm drawing the blue line and the orange line, which I just painted all orange. And that's the bear flag forming. And you can see it on the 5 minute. Which looks really nice. So it's good to start trying to see when stocks sell off. You can get an idea. If is a bear flag going to start forming, that gives you an idea that there's going to be more downside. So I waited for the bear flag to show. It sold off, and then we started buying down here. And that's my goal. Trying to swing this back up to at least like at least up like 80 cents to 1 point, because it's such a bearish day. But I just believe that Apple has been sold off, because look at the RSI, it's so oversold. And you can see right there on the chart, it's below almost 20 on the RSI in blue, which is on the bottom of the chart. And then in the next video, I'll show you, it'll have the updated the updated P&L. All right, so this is going to be on 2 times record, because Apple moves very slow, so you just have to be very patient with it. And as you can see on the bottom of the screen, you have the gains and the loss. So it looks like I'm down like anywhere from $10 to $20 right now. And I like the 2 green bar volumes we have. I like that the RSI is low. We waited for the sell-off with the bear flag. And now we're just going to be patient and waiting for Apple to start moving. Now, when it comes to these trades, I just like to keep a strict stop loss. Like I had 52 shares in this position. It was like 52 to 53 shares. So the max I'm going to lose on this is $50. I'm not willing to lose any more than $50 on this trade, which I'm pretty much going for like a 1-to-1 R. As you can see on the screen, the purple dotted line is VWAP, and I have videos on VWAP, so definitely refer back to my playlist. And you can see, I'll show you like what VWAP is and what it is. But that's volume adjusted weighted average price. That's the average price that people are paying for the day. And it's oversold right now. And what I've noticed with these big cap stocks is they like to retrace back to VWAP. So now that we've had Apple sell off just an incredible amount, I'm trying to buy the dip on the double bottom, which it sold off even a little bit more because I thought it was 0.9, 177.9 was going to be the low. And as you can see, it went all the way down to like 177.4. But just looking at this trade, I'm just watching it, and then I'm starting to wait for my entry and exit point. So my entry's in already. We're waiting for the exit. You can see the P&L on the bottom. We're finally starting to see some green, which is good. We're just break even on this trade. And then just going to continue to watch it because we're giving this a good leeway of 50 cents to $1 for a stop loss, and we're trying to make 1 point on this. So if we can start taking some profits, maybe at the $0.50, we'll say, then we'll go from there. The 178.5 is where we will start to look to start taking some profits. So it's starting to sell off a little bit, and that's okay. I'm looking at the, as you can see, the yellow and the red line. If you can see it right where the green is bouncing off of, the yellow is the 20 EMA, which is the last previous 20 candles. That's how it gets that number. And then you have the red, which is the 9 EMA. As long as it's holding there, I'm okay just holding this position, just waiting, seeing where it goes. We know that we're buying on a weekday, and we're just patiently waiting to see where it's going to go from here. All right, so as the trade continues, I put the speed of it on 4 times the speed just to make it a little bit quicker. As you can see, Apple is holding that 9 and 20 EMA. You can see the green volume bar starting to come in. So we're starting to get that volume pickup, which is nice. And remember, our target goal is to sell some at the $0.50. So we're not even near that right now. As you can see, we're still red on this trade. We're following our stop loss, and we're just monitoring the trade right now. RSI is still in a healthy position. It's uptrending, and our goal is to get close to VWAP to exit our position because we foresee that there will be resistance there. So let's just continue to watch. Green volume is starting to come in, as you can see, starting to finally see some green on this trade. This is a very long trade, and this is something that you need to keep in mind is when you trade certain stocks like Tesla or Apple. Tesla moves much faster. Apple, you have to be very patient. You have to give it time to start breaking through. So now that I'm starting to see that green volume bar, look at that second. This is the 1 minute chart. You can see the second, now the third volume bar coming in, and the bars are getting stronger and stronger, which is what we like. So now we can see that we're starting to pull away here. You know, we're up $15, which is good. And for other experienced traders, you could put your stop at break even if you wanted to. For me, I'm just letting it play out because of how Apple is down 8-9% in the last 5 days. And as you can see on that red and orange line, the red one right below that green candle, that's your 9 EMA, and it's staying very strong above that. Anytime that I let a position ride, if the green candles are above the 9 EMA, which is in the red, and the 20 EMA, which is in the yellow, that usually seems to be a very strong indication that the stock is bullish and there's more buyers coming in. This could be obviously just short covering, but either way, it's green. We're still getting nice coverage here. So it looks like we're up $30 on this trade, $35. And what it is still being patient, and soon I'm going to bring on the top of the screen, you can see the shares. I forgot to do that in the beginning of this trade, so you can actually see instead of just seeing the P&L. But as you can see, we're approaching that VWAP. That's where we want to get to. That's the goal. The closer we can get to VWAP is our exit strategy. And remember, we're trying to sell at the $0.50 here. So we're not there yet, but we'll start selling some shares there because we are anticipating that there's going to be a sell-off. So we got about a minute left in this video of the live recording. So we should start to see some selling here. And then I'll show like the P&L at the end of the day just to show the trade. All right, so we're at the 0.5. We're starting to take some profits here, as you can see. And now you can see, at least see on the top, you can see the quantity. So I had 52, 53 shares. I sold like 3 shares at that $0.50. It says we're up like $30 on the day. Well, it's really just in the trade, whatever shares I'm owning. Every time it updates like that, that's showing that I'm selling. And now I'm starting to take profits here because we're at that $0.50. It's pushing up. RSI is getting very high. It's getting to the top. Now we sold another 5 shares there. I believe we have 45 shares left. And I just sold another 3 right there. And now I'm selling into the 70 cents. So now that I'm getting closer to VWAP, we're in the 70 cents. I'm starting to take profits. And as you can see, my quantity is going down on this trade because I'm selling the shares that I have. And one of the reasons I'm selling is because the RSI, look, it's at the top of the green bar, which is above 70. So I want to start taking some profits in case we get a pullback here. And then here I'm selling off the rest of the position at 77 cents. Because RSI is elevated, it looks like it's starting to return back to that 9 EMA on the red bar. And we made $42 on that trade. Just a quick trade just to show you my mindset as I'm making the trade. So just so you guys can see, just 52 shares to make 40 bucks. Not bad. And I bought at 177.92. And then I just used the remainder of the account just to add in at 0.86. My first sell was at 178.51, just selling off 2 shares, just resistance at the $0.50, the 0.5. So I started taking some profit. Took off another 5 at 0.5. I just wanted to get rid of this because it was only like less than 1 share. Then after it broke through 0.5, I started selling at 0.71, the 3 shares, and I was selling off periodically, as you can see, 2 shares, 2 shares, 3 shares, 5 shares, pretty much all in the 0.7 range. And that pretty much equaled the profit total for the $42, whatever it was. So I just wanted to show you that you can definitely swing Apple. You can definitely trade. And there's a good double bottom example just on how to trade it. And then looking at the $0.50 resistance at 0.5 and then taking profits. But not selling your whole position, because if I were to sell the whole position at 0.5, I would have missed out on these 20 to 25 cents. So when you have much larger share size, this could really add up quickly, these gains, because that was over 80 cents on this trade, 80 cents, 85 cents, which is good. So I just wanted to recap that.